welcome back to my build of a Piper Cherokee. It's a DB Sport Scale kit which I recently acquired. Okay, in the last video I was cutting out all of the ribs and the spars, and that all went really nice. They all came out well. Some of the thicker plywood takes a little bit more effort, but it comes out nice. You know, it's good. So as per the instructions, I'm constructing this right hand wing not on the plans. They say it's not necessary, which is fine. Doesn't look like it is. What I am doing though is I'm constructing it on top of my cutting mat, and the reason I'm doing that is because there's good lines, good grids set up, and I can make sure that I've got everything square. And helping me do that are these steel almost cubes, which I had made up recently, just to add a little bit of weight to the ends and get everything square. The cuts on the ribs and on the spars are a little bit angled, so if you haven't got the weights, the wing just kicks over to the side a little bit. So it's good having that. I would say it's essential to dry mount it and work out exactly how you're going to either pin it or weight it. And by doing that, I found that by having a 6mm or 1/4 inch piece of plywood here along the back, just supporting this rear spar, just makes everything sit that much more comfortably. So I'm quite pleased with that. I've covered the mat in plastic, and also the edge of this balsa wood support at the back, just so I don't want to end up sticking the spar to this. So and one of the essential things that you need to make sure is that there's a couple of slots down here. I don't know whether you can pick that up on the camera, hopefully, and these braces need to be able to slide through, so that you just have to check that the spars are pushed out far enough. This is the brace for that side and the brace for this side. This rear one here is a little bit tight. It does fit through. I have tried pushing the spar a little bit further, but it seems like it's not going to go any further. So once it's all glued, I'll try that again. It might be that it just needs a shave off. But anyway, now we're ready to glue it all together. So I'll get on and do that. Okay, well that's all glued nicely now. That went well. I tried to do it as quick as I can without rushing too much, because I'm using PVA glue as per the instructions, but the temperature here is about 35 degrees, and this PVA starts to set quite quickly. So I'm putting it on both surfaces and trying to make sure there's plenty of glue on there, to try and stop it drying out and setting quite so quickly. But anyway, it's all there. Looking at the grid lines, it's all square. Got to check the ribs are pushed down enough so they're all level on the top, which is right. Excellent. And I've checked the gaps for the bracing. Yeah, it's tight, but it fits. So I've slightly weighted it differently to how I planned, but that's all nice now. So we'll just wait for that to set and cure. So we'll leave that a good while, and then the next job is to put in the sub trailing edge for the ailerons and the ends and the leading edge. So we'll come back and do that in a bit. Okay, well that's had several hours to dry now, so we'll gently take off the weights and have a look and see what it's like. Okay, that looks nice and straight. I'm pleased with that. It's a good job. Now, just get rid of this. We don't need that for the moment. Now the next step is to fit the Aileron Sub Bay. Or the sub leading edge for the ailerons. Okay, that looks like it fits nicely, and all levelled up, lined up, and here we have the first of the two leading edges. Okay, well that looks like it fits quite nicely, all straightened up. Okay, well the basic rib and spar structure has dried now, and I've removed all the weights, which is great. I've just added the, few hours ago, the sub-leading edge for the Aileron Bay, and that's more or less dry now, I think. It still needs to cure, but it was done quite a while ago. The next stage, I'm going to put on the rib on the end here, which connects to the centre section. This is number 203, so it's the root rib. And what we need to do here is make sure that there's enough gap left for the plywood bracings. There's a couple of plywood bracings here, and what I've found is I've got some lollipop sticks which I use for mixing glue, and they are exactly the same width as the plywood bracing. So what I've done is I've just clamped a couple of lollipop sticks here and here to maintain that gap when I put on the root rib. If I just put on the root rib, these spars are just a little bit in and make that gap a little bit too small. So that's just quite a nice way of just holding everything in place. And then I'll just make sure that's at the correct angle and glue it. Nice to try and dry fit that first and just make sure how it's going to fit. But yeah, that looks okay. So I'll get on and glue that now. Okay, and there we have it, and we'll leave that now to dry, and then we've just got a few more bits. We've got the leading edge to put on and a couple of the final ribs to go right on the very outside of the wing. I may be seeming to do this in very small sections, but I'm new to this. It's the first kit I've done for a long time, so I'm thinking about it, don't want to make any mistakes, and I'm just finding that it's, you know, I'm in no rush, so just do a little bit now and then. Well, we've nearly finished this right hand wing now. I've added the sub trailing edge for the Aileron Bay and the sub leading edge on the front here, and doubled up on the braces on this wing end here, on the wingtip, and also the angled rib here, which connects onto the central section. I've also gone through and used my David plane, which is absolutely fantastic. I love it, and I've just angled these leading edges here and used a lollipop stick just to go along and check that that is at the right angle. So that's all nice now. The only real job I've got to do to this now, according to the plans anyway, is to add on this leading edge. And what I've done to help me is I've put pins as guides to where it's got to go, because when the wing drops on to this leading edge, you need to make sure that there is enough space top and bottom for the sheeting to go on. So to help me with a guide, I've just put pins in to hold that, and now all I need to do is put the glue on, push it down between the pins, make sure it's fully home at that end. Oops, at that end where we've got the end rib sticking over with the wing profile. It does say on the plans to actually cut this to length, but because the rib at the end is angled, where it goes on, I don't know whether you can see that or not, where it actually connects onto the central section, because it's angled, I thought rather than cut it now, I will cut it once I've glued it in place, and I can use the rib as a guide. So yeah, so I've got that to do. The only other thing I'm going to do, which isn't actually on the plans or in the description of what to do, is I'm going to add a couple of very small fillets at the very wing tip. I kind of see the wing tip here as sort of a weak point, so just a very small fillet in there will add nothing to the weight, but will add a little bit of strength. And particularly on this sub-trailing edge here, one of the things I noticed about this kit is the laser cut wasn't dead square, it had cut at an angle. I did contact the manufacturers about this, and they said, well, that's kind of how it is. But because this piece of timber here is probably the thickest in the whole kit, because it was at an angle, the actual contact point was quite small, weakening it. So I did square up the end a little bit, but it left a little bit of a gap because obviously it shortened it, and I used a glue here which is gap filling, which has hopefully added some strength. But I just thought a fillet in there would give it just that little bit of extra strength. It's probably not needed, it's not going to add any weight, but hey, you know, it'll only take a minute. So I will do that. One thing I have found, the temperatures here, as I've said before, are about 35, 36 at the moment, and the PVA glue starts to go off really quick. So I've started keeping it in the fridge. Obviously it doesn't want to freeze because that will damage it, but keeping it in the fridge just slows down that time when it starts to go off, and just gives me a little bit more work time with it, which is nice. So there we go, I will glue these on now, and then I'm quite excited to be moving on to the central section and the left hand wing. Okay, that's all glued up now, and we'll just wait for that to dry, and then that wing is completely finished for the moment. The next step before I can do anything on this wing is to connect it to the central section, mount the servos, and do the sheeting, and then I need to profile the leading edge, for which I've made myself a template, but we'll come to that at a later date.